everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah, and if you're new here, hi. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the big thumbs up button. So today's video, we're going to do a story time about how I found out that I am severely allergic to peppers. Yeah. Okay, to give you a little backstory of everything. So basically, my old friend, her little sister had a pepper garden when they used to live near me. And so we used to do cheerleading together, so we would hang out before practice. And everybody was eating the peppers, and they were like, oh, eat the pepper, eat the pepper. So I did. I ate a pepper. And at the time, I thought it was a ghost pepper that I ate, that I had eaten. But no, it turned out it was a mixture between two different types of peppers, apparently. So that was fun. And then at cheerleading practice for like 2 hours, my tongue is all swollen up and like sticking out. Like full on, my tongue is fully out. Just, yeah, something. It was definitely a something. So fast forward, and then eventually the swelling did go down. Fast forward, year later, I had cooking class and we made some pasta salad, and the pasta salad had green and yellow bell peppers. So, you know, we got to eat the pasta salad. It was great. It was fantastic. And then lunch was the next period. So as I was getting to my lunch table, I started noticing that my throat was feeling funny, like it was feeling itchy, and my tongue was feeling weird. If you can hear noise in the background, it is my cat. I do apologize. But yes. So I went to the principal who was in charge of lunch duty at the time. So I explained to him, like, my throat's feeling funny, my tongue feels funny, and he's like, go to the nurse's office. And the way my middle school was set up, so the cafeteria is like right here, and then on the other side of the hallway, and then you have to go down like a little to the left is the nurse's office. So I booked it down the hallway, because by the time I got to the nurse's office, my tongue is pretty much fully out at that point. You're starting to not really understand a word I'm saying. And so I'm trying to explain to the nurse's office, to the nurse, like, this is all happening, like, I ate pasta salad last period, and it had green and yellow bell peppers, and I don't know why my throat was feeling funny, and my throat's feeling funny, my tongue feels funny. And so she has me sit down, and she puts like one of those like heart monitor things that go on your finger, and she's calling my mom. And she's like explaining the whole situation to my mom and saying that she doesn't want the ambulance to show up at the middle school. So she decides to have my mom come pick me up and deal with the situation. She for whatever reason, she didn't want to call the ambulance. She was like, I really don't want to call the ambulance, all this stuff. And I think at that point, it was either my oxygen levels or my something was going down. That's all I know. Something was like starting to like go down. And so my mom, she's a nurse, so luckily she recognized that I was having allergic reaction, and I think anybody would kind of notice that something's not right and that I would need to go to the ER. So my mom's rushing me to the ER. She's full on rushing me to the ER. And by the point that we're almost at the ER, my chest starts to hurt really bad. Like, it feels like it's just like starting to cave in on itself. And I was starting to feel very tired. Like, I wanted to sleep. And I was just like, you know, like, you couldn't understand what I was saying. I was like, I feel tired. My mom's like, no, we're almost at the hospital. So then we get to the ER. And my mom's explaining everything to the... No, don't do that. Sorry. So my mom's explaining everything to the nurse at the ER, and so she comes running over to me, and she takes a flashlight and she is like, you know, like open your mouth, and then it has a flashlight, looks down, she's like, she needs a bed stat. And at that time, the whole ER was fully packed, so there was no like room for me, but they had my bed out in the hallway. So all these like nurses, all these nurses and everything are like, as they walk by, are staring at me. And 4 hours goes by, because typically when you have allergic reaction, they have you wait in the hospital for like 4 hours to, you know, see if the swelling goes down. They gave me like the epinephrine, they gave me Benadryl, and obviously Benadryl makes you very tired, and it makes you very tired. So I'm like, at this point, I guess I don't know if you can tell, I'm very pale looking, and apparently I looked a lot more paler than I do now, and so the doctor was very concerned about my well-being, so she wanted to do more blood tests on me. And they found out I had mono on top of that. And they were checking to make sure they're like, to see if any of the organs were like enlarged, and my spleen was. My spleen was enlarged. So I had to miss a whole week of school, and then I had half days on top of that. So, I also missed competition that weekend because of my mono, because they basically told me that like, if I was to do competition and I was to get hit where my spleen is, and if it was to burst, it would be a very serious situation where I would have to have surgery to basically remove it. And it could be a very serious surgery where there could be some things like you could potentially die from it, apparently. So that's what they basically told me. It was like a life or death situation if it was to burst. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, that's great. So yeah, I missed a whole week of school, and then on top of that I had half days. So it was like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I would miss like the morning part of school, and then like in the afternoon I would show up and take the bus home. But Tuesdays and Thursdays I would go to school in the morning, and then my dad would like pick me up in the afternoon. That's just how it worked. That's just how it worked. But yeah, and then after that, I think at least 4 or 5 more times within the span of November of 2011 to February of 2012, I was in the hospital at least 4 or 5 times for my allergic reaction. Because when you have a weird food allergy, you start to realize that the things that you're allergic to are in a lot of things that you didn't think about beforehand. So it definitely affected the way I would, eat a lot of the things that I used to like enjoy, like Taco Bell, or for the longest time I was afraid of eating pizza because I didn't know what was in the pizza sauce. Because a lot of times some companies, like some big name pizza places, would not tell you the actual ingredients in the pizza sauce. They would just say spices, and that could literally mean anything. Like literally when it says spices, that can mean anything. So it's like I was very overly cautious just because I didn't want to like go through that experience again. And I think it's been quite a while since I've had allergic reaction. I'm allergic to like obey seasoning because some obey seasonings have red bell peppers in them. I don't eat Doritos. Like the last allergic reaction I had, I completely forgot about Doritos, and I ate a Dorito chip, and then I had to go to the hospital for it. So yeah, that was my fault. I was stupid. But yeah, for the longest time, I was afraid to eat anything just because of like, you never know like what the food allergy you have is like in certain foods. And I was always embarrassed about asking at the restaurant, like, oh, does this have, like, the thing I'm allergic to? So for the longest time, I remember my mom would always, like, ask every single time we went somewhere. So I typically only stick to restaurants I know, like, the food. I don't really like trying new things because of my food allergy. Eventually, like, I would like to try new places, but yeah. That's my story. It's crazy. I think the worst hospitalization I've had for my food allergy was New Year's Day. If you guys want to hear that story, let me know. Leave in the comments down below. Once again, if you like my videos, give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, click the notification bell. I will see you guys in the next video. Alright, bye!